Did you see Tim Wrestling versus Matt Mask?
Just few short videos.
Just few short videos of setting up and elbow fouling, and everyone's on the internet, losing their mind.
Who?
Everyone, absolutely everyone. Every single
and
person.
You?
Still have a little bit of my mind left, but let's talk about armwrestling rules. And where do we start?
You mean that those small but important elbow falls are ruining our sport?
Yes, elbow falls are. First, I was ruining the sport, but now it's just elbow falls.
Yeah.
And let's talk about elbow falls.
When I win with almost small elbow jump which no one sees, I'm still happy. But
if we sit in a hook and you just move a little bit, you're not happy at all. Yeah. Funny how that works.
I think it's subject to talk in any sport about rules, and of course it's no difference in arm wrestling. And when it's a good fight, and I want to see who is stronger one, and I want to see who is real. I would say not better. Better is result, but sometimes I want to see who is really stronger one, and I don't want to referee just stop a fight, and the referee is a main actor of those fights.
Yeah.
But rules are rules, and if you don't have a rules, then someone can use it as advantage, and very often those elbow falls and even changing some positions, those are advantage that you try to get in a better position for be more effective in a fight.
It will be very hard to tell me that. So I think every elbow foul, matters. There are no things as insignificant. So let's say I just moved a little bit, but we're sitting in a hook and I was trying to improve my position. So I was trying to get somewhere and I elbow fouled. We jump at the start. I was trying to get higher. So I think however you look at this, every foul is intentional. Maybe you didn't do it, because when we arm wrestle, and you will go back and I will try to catch you. Because I was trying to catch you, I elbow fouled. Because you were trying to pull me down, you elbow fouled.
But elbow will move. It will move, and all best long fights we will see elbow is moving and around the pad. And if you want to be effective on table, you get in one position. You want to change, you go with elbow forward. You want to pull back, but it's very, very. You have to be very careful to do it correctly without a foul. Yeah. Because if you try to change it faster, you want to get in position, and sometimes often the opponent is seeing that, and he's actually in that moment you are changing, he's working against it.
Yes.
And
yes. So how can we, first of all, I think strict rules, rigid rules, they must exist. We cannot have a real sport without real rules. And it's like, well, let these elbow fouls just fly. Then, who actually won? Did the guy, because I pulled over and come back and I pinned you, and did I really win? Or I gained position because I went over the pad, and the guy that didn't go over the pad, he didn't gain position. So I think we absolutely need strict rules. I think that's the part of the sport. Can we make it better? I think we should try and make it better.
But you want to see a good fight with Matt Mask and Tim Wrestling?
So let's talk about that one. Why did Matt Mask fall out? Because Matt Mask wants that first hit. So he's willing to risk that first hit. And if you're willing to risk it, you're willing to lose. That's the point. Because Tim Wrestling was not risking, he didn't elbow foul. So if he would done the same, maybe he would elbow foul. Usually when you give you have buff rules, so we know we have 2 fouls, and I can try on my first, if I'm not confident or I will try to risk it. I will try to hit, before go. I will try doing all those things. That's part of the sport. Good referees will stop you, and they will, now everyone is I think they're mad because they thought that Matt Mask at the end would win.
So you think those who are talking are Matt Mask fans?
I think most of the people wanted to see a better match where it's contested, but the problem was Tim was very open with his hand, and Matt was hitting that hand for four rounds at least. Sometimes restarts, everything else. So you get exhausted because someone's punching at your arm.
Yeah, exactly. If we don't see too much elbow falls usually when one opponent is clearly stronger.
Yeah.
You just control, and you don't need to take any risk. You don't need to hit very explosive. You don't need to.
Winning side usually
just
fouls less. Yeah. When it's confident, when you're stronger. When it's close.
Yeah.
That's when you see.
Or the weakest one, or one who is not so maybe confident, he need to take some risk to get some advantage of that fight, and then he had to try to hit maybe somewhere between ready or go. Then he tried to jump on a start, or try to pull elbow over the pad to get in a better position.
Yeah.
Or when he's in not so good position, maybe to take some advantage to travel his elbow somewhere around the pad and get in better position.
And now it's everyone's talking like, imagine if we would they would say all these restarts and things like that. If we talk about elbow fouls and if they say running elbow foul system, so Matt Mask would been pinned faster on those few rounds. Maybe Tim Breston would get exhausted as much. So the whole match changes because of the rules, and you need to understand these. Because of the way rules are set up, it will influence the match, and it will favor one of the athletes.
Running elbow foul is not always answer for everything. Gabi and Sarah in Dubai.
Yeah.
There was a running fouls. Sarah had
three running three fouls at the same.
And I believe in that fight, Sarah didn't notice that she had some fouls or something. You are pulling. Sometimes you don't notice it. And when you get foul, referee stops the fight. You get in same position second time. You are sometimes more careful. And if there would be rules that just like 3 fouls each fight, but no running fouls, just regular fouls, I believe Sarah could
change
maybe
the outcome at the end. Yeah,
definitely,
maybe.
Because you're pulling, the referee is counting and she's moving and elbow jumping and you don't notice it sometimes. You are in fight, you are focusing on something else, all that adrenaline rush and everything, and then stop. Okay, 1 foul, you are a little bit more careful. Second and third time you are really careful. You think about what's happening with your elbow, what's your position, but you can control more. So
it's arm wrestling rules are far from perfect, but we're trying to find the best ones, or we're going to use ones. I think I'm 100% with this. I don't think WAF rules are the best for super matches because they're not as entertaining. You cannot have long matches.
I have seen so many good fights which could be really, really epic, and I would love to see some outcome of this fight differently, and they have been ruined by fouls.
But again, that's because one athlete is trying to win. Both of them are trying to win. That's the difference, and they're going to use the rules, and the rules are what they are. There are like Arm Wars rules, they have their flaws. WL rules have their flaws. King of the Table rules, every rule set will have something. Idea is what can we give and what can we gain. So
But you have some right now. You have some perfect solution for this?
No one has. I like Arm Wars rules. I like when I can take my own grip. But I think way faster is WL way.
But not so clean.
Not so clean because you can
exactly always some pulling before, some
and
climbing before.
Plus we're taking away, when you take, it's for you taking the hand is the art, you manipulate, you try and find everything else.
Fighting for grip is big part of sport, and I believe in WL. Of course, there are some again small things you can do on that, but still it's some part of this.
It's taken away.
Exactly.
Yeah. Starting in a strap, again, you're taking away all this. Like you have no problem pulling in strap.
Yeah.
But you love when there's no strap.
Exactly.
You're way better because your hand is strong, everything is there. You take that away. So it's always comes down, what are we willing to give away and what are we willing to gain? Will we you know.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that fighting in strap directly from ready go is any problem if both are happy with it.
Yeah.
It's no problem if both are happy.
Yeah.
We can do it, but it's
not everyone's going to be
it's
happy.
part of arm wrestling,
It's
and,
part of arm wrestling.
and it's generally that's how it should be. We are starting.
We're starting there. If the hands slip, we put on a strap. You know, because we had this debate with Devin, and Devin says like, if I go to the table, you heard this, yeah? If I go to the table, I say I want a strap, you have to apply. What is this? What is this?
Yeah.
You know?
Very often when I fight with someone, I already most likely know that we will be in strap. I know what I'm doing, I know what he's doing, and I know 90% or so we will be in strap.
Yeah.
But still, I want to feel what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's advantage for smart, experienced arm wrestlers.
Yeah.
You already
you can hit the hand a little bit, maybe wear out.
I already understand what he's doing on table, what's some pressure points, what I should maybe change or what I do. And every time I grip up with my opponent, I'm gaining some more experience and understanding what he's doing.
Plus, if like you have great endurance, so when you take a grip, you know, you're willing to do this. So we take a grip, okay, we're setting up, we slip. The same thing, we put on a strap, we take a grip, we cannot, you know, get the grip. It's referee's grip. Opponent's already tired.
Yeah.
You're doing half of the work. This is arm wrestling.
That's fight sport.
That is fight sport. It would be the same thing as would say like in a boxing match, don't move. I try to knock you out. Don't move. You know, I think in arm wrestling we need all those things. There are no perfect rule set. I think tournaments should be WAF. I think they should be WAF because you're really fighting for that championship. And they need to be strict. You need to have a clear winner and clear loser. Super matches, we can experiment until we find the right formula. In Arm Wars, I like Arm Wars rules because I know Arm Wars setup, I know Arm Wars mentality. When you're fighting in King of the Table and you want to beat Levon, you know, different rules will apply. You know, and however they want, will they want to make this, you know, who is the strongest, like PL tried to do, and they're terrible super matches. One of the most terrible, some of the greatest athletes ever, terrible super matches because the formula doesn't work on super matches. So it's an experiment. It's an ongoing experiment.
It's impossible to find that perfect balance between fair, exciting, and good for athletes, good for people who are watching it, for even for TV. So we want to do it fast, fair, effective for both, fair for both, but it's impossible.
It's impossible, absolutely.
So
impossible.
again, we came back to same solution. Good referee.
Yeah, good referee. Good referee can figure out on the table like these micro falls. You know, he can not stop the match when it's needed, and that's where good referee. But again, and let's talk about this subject because everyone's hating on referees. It's like their fault. Like two of the worst referees were reffing that match. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's not referees, it's the promotion. If promotion says like strict rules and then you see someone was elbow fouling and the referee didn't do his job, he will not be invited back.
If you lose, whose fault it is? Referee. So 50% of all arm wrestlers are unhappy with referee because you lost. That's normal. If you're winning, okay, that's...
Yeah. You need to understand it's not the referee is there to enforce it. When the referee is doing, everyone loves when the referee is doing terrible job or good job, and hates at the same time. So it should come down to promoter. What are you trying to push? You're trying to push fun matches, great matches, fair matches, because it's a weird line. You know, you want quick starts, slow starts. You want guys to be. I think WAF makes you the most complete arm wrestler you can have because. You need to fight for that grip, you need to be fast, you need to be technical, all those things. Sometimes we see those guys when they put in a long matches are not so great because they're you know, bullets. They're usually fighting for the bullets. You just want to hit fast, finish, go up. In the super matches, all that can change, you know. But again, who is it fair for? You know, we just slowed everything down just so this guy can catch up. You know, it's a weird discussion, and I think everyone will have their own solutions, and we just need to experiment more. I think I love Arm Wars rules. I think King of the Table rules. I really liked the first time when we did this grip. It was fast, no nonsense. It just, if you slip, you go to the strap. If no, but again, it takes away a lot of that fighting. And we saw on King of Table 2, when it's 7 minutes for John and Devin to take a grip, this was kind of needed.
If you do live stream, you
Yes.
want it, or even for TV, for audience, it's impossible to wait. Sometimes it's in a WAF. It had been like 10, 15, 20 minutes just to start a fight.
Yeah.
Because
And it
fight
ends
for
in a
grip,
second.
Then some warning for one, again warnings and straps fall, and you're waiting 20 minutes, and then okay, that's it, it's done. And
Because it's like technical mindset game. You're playing. You're not thinking about how this will look.
exactly, you don't
So
care
no
about
one,
it.
no
You
one
care about result.
wants to get in a good match.
When you are
No,
on
they
table,
just
it
wanna
doesn't
win.
matter, even if it's super match and I don't know, biggest crowd is watching, still probably
You
you
wanna
care
win.
about result, what will happen here, not about
Yeah.
how I will look or can I set up fast.
If you're losing and then you get something going, that's when you want that fight. You want to bring it more and more. But again, that all rules and the promotions change strategy of arm wrestling. You arm wrestle WL, it was completely different than WF. Completely different. You went there, you know what to expect after the first time, and then you kind of adjusted to that style. You arm wrestle in arm wars, you understand that style. So promotions and I think super matches, it's very hard for super matches to be fair if they're not under WAF rules. If they're WAF rules, they're fair. Just because one guy is slower, it doesn't mean we have to slow the whole game down. Yeah, you agree?
Yeah, but solution, good referee for athletes. Those who are strong, and most often those who are good at one, they can adapt quite fast to other. Of course, there are some small advantages for each of one, and yes, maybe I prefer one rule set over other, but generally I can adapt to any rules, and I think all best arm wrestlers prove that they can pull in any.
Sometimes it's hard for WAF athletes where they're so used to pinning fast, winning, to go on super matches and entertain a little bit. You cannot do that because you're so used to finishing quick. It's different. So leagues create their, like WL had one roster, and we know that roster, and all of those guys can get in deep matches. None of them were like really fast finishers, or at least not trying to do that. Some of them trying to do that, but they set up with a guy that will slow them down. So it's all about those things. Promoters, referees, athletes, rules in arm wrestling should exist. When someone says like we do need WAF rules, it's ridiculous. You clearly don't want sport to grow or to be real. Because if it's the same thing as they always say, if you step over a basketball line and you say 3 points, and they're like, no, it's 2 points, but because you stepped over the line, you're like, no, and they're like, oh, let's count 3. Same thing,
Yep.
Yeah. So that's our take on the rules. Maybe not so popular opinion, but we're arm wrestlers. It's way different from inside than from outside. It's good to have good matches. But we need rules. Absolutely need rules. And rules are important.
Yeah. If rules are not so strict, you can always say there is some option for athletes to cheat. Yeah. And I will say smart and experienced arm wrestlers have more chance to use it as well. And there could be some advantage for them. But I want to see fair game.
Yeah. With any solution you will give, someone will find an exploit to it. We saw like Sarah and Gabby. The first round was Sarah was like, she's so fucking strong, it's ridiculous. Second round, Sarah set up for Cook. Once hits it, I think it was too early start, foul. Second time hits it, too early start, foul. Third time start, hits a top roll, takes the hand, and that's a surprise because one athlete was trying to do something and the other athlete was kind of reacting to it. And now we get in this, because who was it fair for, But if you're in a match, you need to be in a match. You cannot take anything lightly, especially on that level. Yeah. So,
keep your elbows on pad.
Keep your elbows on pad.
Or if you cheat
fast.
try to do it as fast as possible.
As fast as possible.
Yeah.
If you just do this and just step away, just like
That's what you should done in a rough, like don't wait when the referee will show something, just flash and go away and referee okay.
He's gone. He's too
late.
Yeah.
So learn, pull and learn.
Pull and learn. When you're competing, know the rule set. And again, I have to say this. Everyone's acting like Matt Mass didn't know where he was. He absolutely knew where he was. He was exploiting rules. He was trying to win. It just didn't end up like this. Everyone was like, well, it should have been a better match in WL or something like this. Make it there. Make it there. We'll see.
Yeah.
Stay strong.
I love arm wrestling.